Listening live from Akropong. James Atongo, greetings from Navarongo Upper East. As my day is here again. Raphael in Adenta Sakura. Good evening, Raphael. Well, folks, you know it. Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Well, folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Hello and welcome to the most opinionated hour on radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao IV, Chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa. Once again, we meet to perform our all-important ritual, a ritual that brings great minds together, a ritual that brings patriots together, a ritual I call That's My Opinion, obviously, on Joy 99.7 FM. Our topic today is Ghana, the pseudo multi-party state. Ghana, the pseudo multi-party state. Folks, let me issue some sort of a disclaimer that today's show may not be so much of an opinion, but an observation. I may be right or I may be wrong, which I will need you to help me, but I think it's quite a worrying phenomenon. I think it's quite a dangerous new culture sneaking in. So pay attention. Sorry, madam, I'm saying that I may be wrong, I may be right. When we get to the phones, you can help me out there. Ghana, the pseudo multi-party state, may be an irony. As one of our accolades that Mother Ghana is prayed for is her multi-party style of democracy. Whereas many African countries have been battling and collapsing their countries when it gets to the time where leaders have to leave power, we are able to do it and still keep our country intact. There may be disagreement here and there, but still we are able to do it and keep our country intact. So why do I say that our multi-party system is fake? When we have so many parties and, pretty vibrant and active parties. First of all, I don't know whether it's a deliberate ploy or if it's a matter of just taking advantage of the situation. When we started this Fourth Republic, candidates had to go around campaigning for votes, a break from the military rule. To many, this was our breakthrough. Ghana was about to achieve her full potential. Now, I don't know why, even though I joined in the euphoria then, the democracy about Krona Yeni. Well, maybe because those who were ahead of us, who we saw as masters, made us believe that that was the only way out. Before we knew it, instead of campaigning for votes, they were buying votes. And we were happy to sell our votes. Gradually, the price for our fingerprint, our thumbprint, became more expensive. And those seeking power had to cough out a lot more. Sometimes they pay more than what is their guaranteed earner for the period they're going into parliament. Sometimes they paid more. Now that, folks, is very, very telling. Very, very telling for somebody who's going to represent you. Paying more money than what he's guaranteed to earn in the 4-year cycle. Very telling. Folks, this was quickly followed by legislators or MPs who were supposed to be our representatives towing more of their party line rather than the people they represent. Because I guess to them, they paid their dues. So yes, they will lobby projects to their constituencies, but as far as voting is concerned in the House, it's not what matters to their constituents. The party comes first. MPP and NDC also became very dominant to the point that we see politicians in other parties, yet they sympathize with one of the two big players. So even though we are a multi-party state on paper, on the ground, we were now a two-party state. On the ground, we were now a two-party state. Folks, everything including God's prophecy is based on these two parties. God will come down every 4 years with conflicting messages as to who is going to win. Folks, it has become so entrenched that people are now scared to talk because you don't know how it will be taken. And some time ago, folks, it got so worse that simple words, folks, simple words such as challenge or crisis could get you labeled. Simple words such as challenge or crisis could get you labeled. That is, if you thought the economy was challenged or if you thought the economy was in a crisis. And folks, if you follow the week-long debate, it will amaze you how a whole country will be put on hold over the perspective of the obvious. Crisis or challenge, economy nebre. Whichever word you use, and debates on political shows, on platform, TV, radio, just absolute heated debate as to whether the economy was in crisis or if it was in a challenge. Politics had eaten us up, had consumed us. Now it became sentimental. Common sense was out of the window. We were now doing politics based on sentiments. Now I'm trying to make my observation clear so that when we get to the phones you can, really get the point I'm making so that you can either tell me I'm right or wrong. So bear with me as I'm going round in circles. I'm just trying to make it clear. Folks, the culture of serial calling came with this new phenomenon or new craze. It's where people would call almost every radio station, singing praises of the political parties they support. Most of the time, very sycophantic and very nauseating. But we had to contend with them. They were also here with us. They played their part, folks, until the arrival of social media. That is when we saw and felt the real divide. Everyone could now have a say, not just the few who could call into radio shows. We were all now broadcasters, broadcasting our feelings on our social media handles. And you could see the division. You could feel the division, the sentiments. What became clear and scary was that the youth had misplaced anger. The youth had misplaced anger. All too soon they say the youth are not angry enough. No, they are angry, but misplaced anger. When we say, what's misplaced anger? Well, folks, the youth are very furious and very quick-tempered, but mostly only angry at the party they don't support. mostly only angry at the party they do not support. To them, their party does no wrong. And even if their party does any wrong, they would find an event in history from the opposing party to justify their wrong dealings. And folks, the split is nearly 50-50. So at every given time, there is enough support and justification for whatever wrong politicians do. Politicians have also noticed this. So even though it may not have started deliberately, now the story may be different. Because in the Houses of Parliament, there may be a one-party state. Folks, because even now I'm saying that because of this division we have out there, maybe in the political, in the Parliament House, there may be a one-party state. Now this is my observation, that now more than ever, there's a cartel being formed. There's some unusual understanding. So while we are out here jumping and fighting that my party is better than yours, they are in there protecting themselves. While we are here saying fix us, fix the nation, fix this, they are in there saying fix ourselves. Hashtag fix ourselves. So this time, it's not the country, it's not the party, but it's a hashtag scratch my back, let me scratch your back relationship. There's a hashtag scratch my back, let me scratch your back relationship going on in the house. Folks, maybe now we are being played. We have MPs from opposing parties traveling to campaign for each other. MPs from opposing parties traveling to each other's constituencies to go and say, oh, no, keep my brother there. My brother is good enough. Look at what happened at the vet. We hear these persons who will never go through. Then they do. Oh, but as for him, it will never happen. It will never, ever happen. And then that person goes through. Sometimes we sit and listen to people who are being vetted. And even to us as laymen who are not experts, we can clearly tell that this person doesn't seem to cut it. They go through. And you know what the irony is? After they sit and pass the ball, they'll come and do a press conference and say, oh yes, this ministry is incompetent, or this ministry, and you're thinking, hold on, but you passed them all. They brought you their CVs, you vetted them, and you put them all in the positions. So why are you coming to disturb us, whether they are good or bad? Folks, I call that optics. If you ask me, I'll say it's optics. They all sit and debate, agree on whichever loan, whichever policy. Then all of a sudden the minority will come out. Oh, we don't agree to this. Meanwhile, in the House, there was a consensus. Look, I'm telling you what, all the people who are jumping up and down about IPPs today, that we have too much energy and whatever it is, it's a shame that Ghana hasn't got a voting record. But I won't be surprised to see that most of the people jumping up and down saying that no, JM put too much IPPs in the system, were all in the House and they voted for it. Look, one very prominent justice, very prominent man, don't have permission to mention his name. He says, Nana, we drafted an anti-corruption bill. It was very watertight. We were very pleased with the work we had done, and we took it to Parliament. He said, can you believe it? They called back to say, where's the envelope on it? They wanted a bribe to pass an anti-corruption bill. And there's the perception out there that every bill that goes there does not go there empty-handed. Everybody be that so. So they will all sit down quiet, take whatever it is on whatever it is, and then come back and say, oh, we disagree. Folks, if you ask me, I'll say it's optics. Playing to the gallery. Folks, and we're here, we're still divided, fighting each other, believing that the story is the same in the house. Go onto their Twitter pages, Facebook pages, and see the youth fighting each other with venom. With venom. Each side telling you that their side was the best thing since sliced bread. And that your side is no good and my side is no good. But folks, in the house, there's only one side. I'm telling you, in the house, there's only one side. I can feel Okujeto Ablakwa coming out. Like a PC, a fearful kind of thing, trying to break away from the norm. But I don't think he will go all out as PC did. He will not. Because the times are different now. PC's time, social media wasn't as aggressive as it is today. So I can see the young man, dropping snippets and hoping that people will latch on and hear what he's saying. But unfortunately, we won't, because we are too divided. We are too divided. And so he will throw snippets out. And if we don't latch on it, to carry it along to say enough is enough, the young man will go keep quiet, go and enjoy his family. He's not going to retire in poverty like those before him did. I'm sure he's learned his lesson. Folks, I want you to find out or ask yourself, where does this level of impunity comes from? Because in politics, optics matters. Appearing to the people as though you are with them. Even if you drink champagne, when you come out in public, you don't drink champagne in front of the public. You just drink your normal beer or your normal local gin, and when you get home, you drink your champagne. No. Not today's politician. They will pop the champagne chilled in front of you and drink it. And guess what? You will pay for it. That's the modern day politician. He will come before you with an array of luxury, which you have to pay, and he will leave it in front of you. So you ask yourself, where are they getting that impunity from? From us. Because we are divided. And no matter what, we will defend it. And in the house, I'm saying that there may be a cartel being formed. An unusual understanding. And very soon, they will start determining who becomes an MP and who doesn't. Very soon. They will be rich enough to decide who becomes an MP and who doesn't. And it will not be a matter of the state anymore. Now, here's the technicality, right? So you have people on the wings and the sideline who are thinking, hold on, this bubble is going to burst one day. But until it gets burst, why don't I join in and also enjoy the largesse until such time? And that's where we are now. Do we wait for this bubble to burst? Do we wait for this bubble to burst? Or do we join in now? And I'm saying the larger population is joining in. The larger population is joining in. But unfortunately, we are all suffering. If you look at the basics that we are lacking, and if you look at what is being prioritized, not prioritized secretly, in our faces. It tells you that in that house, it's not divided as we thought. And if the house is not divided, where then do we get our checks and balances? Folks, it's good to be back. My name is Nana Ansah Kwao 0302 216 541. So 0302 216 541. Maybe you have also made that observation, or maybe you think, nah, I don't think we have gotten that far yet. Ghana, the pseudo multi-party state. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. And if you lower your radio set for me, thank you very much. Who am I talking to?
All right. So my name is Henry. I'm calling from Buzia Junction.
Okay, Henry.
Yeah. So I've been listening to your presentation, and I have this contribution to make. So I'm thinking that for the issues that you are presenting, specifically to do with some of the things that our parliamentarians are prioritizing, I thought that if another time, if we go to know some of the comparisons in other countries, sometimes can put some of these things in perspective. So, for example, I'm asking myself, in the UK, for example, do we have MPs taking $100,000 to go and buy Land Cruisers and stuff like that? So some of these things will also help with our analysis. But I agree with you that they seem to be prioritizing certain things publicly because they do not have any fear of criticisms by the general public anymore. All right. Thank you so much. You're doing so well with the discussion so far.
Thank you very much. As for the comparisons, I could give you comparisons, but I just wanted to leave it as that. But yes. Other people have allowances, and sometimes, even though it's not as obscene as ours, they have a way of hiding it and not literally rubbing it in your face. I'm saying, it's like they rub it in your face. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
This is Ben calling from Adenta.
Ben, let me hear you.
I've made this observation when Atamils was president in 2008, that perhaps we are lucky that there's some kind of animosity between the parties. Because I've always believed that should they decide to cooperate and perhaps collude, we'll be in trouble.
It's true. I agree with you.
And I think that's what we are beginning to see now. But I don't think it's got to the level that maybe we are anticipating.
Okay.
Because we have almost 50% in parliament, there's a need for them to work together. And I think the president is trying to get them to work together. But however, I think they have to have their game and put the nation first. That's my opinion.
Thank you very much, and I respect that too. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Professor here. And Nana, my problem is, I think first of all, let me acknowledge the good work that you are doing. And you actually missed you anyway. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Please, you see, what's happening in this country, I think now we can put everything at the doorstep of the politicians. It's always them first. And if they are not satisfied, who are you to complain? It's very worrying. And I think, well, the youth are angry. Just that is the time is almost near. The reason is this. First, we used to vote based on whatever we heard in 1992 happened to our grannies and stuff. But now, most of us are voting based on issues. So I believe politicians, their days are numbered. And very soon, we will catch up with them. Thank you very much.
Those with ears, let them hear. That's what I would say to that. 0302216541. Hello.
Nana Ansah, good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm very well.
This is Adjuma Joseph Sema.
Let me hear you.
Yeah, we miss you for some time.
I know. I miss
Yeah,
you guys
Nana, I think it's a very laudable idea trying to alert we the youth that we should be conscientized and do something better for ourselves rather than allowing the politicians to be using us. Because supposing they've created enough job for us to do, they wouldn't have used us to go to the streets to demonstrate to the extent that most of them will be losing their lives. You see, recently one musician came out criticizing those guys going out to demonstrate. And he seems to be chastised, but he was making a lot of senses because you go to school to become a graduate only to go and demonstrate for people to know that the system is hard. What at all will you do to change the system? These same politicians that we are fighting for, they will pay us something small, peanuts, to go and demonstrate for them. But when both sides meet, they enjoy together, they discuss together, and they move together. So it's about time that those so-called graduates look for something doing. I quite remember a certain graduate was selling bread, and somebody was laughing at him that after your graduate. But they will travel to abroad and go and do those jobs that they say they won't do here. Why? Because they think the system is working there. Why can't we make our system work here? God be with you, Nana.
God be with you too. Highly intelligent but wrongly educated, as Gordon Gogisberg put it. That's highly intelligent but wrongly educated. So I'm just looking at, what our behavior outside is causing those in the Parliament House. So we elect representatives to be there, to be as checks and balance for the state and represent us. And we are so divided and support them at all cost. Because some of the things they are doing and rubbing in our faces, I'm telling you, cannot be accepted, cannot be, that should never ever be done, especially when we are going through challenging times like these. We are going through challenging times like this, and when you hear, sometimes when I hear, I think it's fake news. When it comes on my WhatsApp, I go, wait, it's fake news. It can be true, and then you double check and it's true. And you think, wow. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, my bro.
Hello, and
I'm calling from Dansuma.
Good. And who am I talking to?
Yeah, you are talking to Ebenezer Nelson.
Ebenezer, let me hear you.
Yes, I just want to speak our local language.
We are a bit challenging because most of the people here, because it's an English platform, we have people who don't speak.
Okay,
yes.
Don't worry, I can learn with that.
That's fine.
What I just want to harness, I just want to contribute it.
Sure.
Our leaders in the parliament, hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, our leaders in parliament, a lot of people is not coming from the right route. They are coming from this kind of occult movement altogether. So I'm sure that that's the reason why they are not doing good for us, something good for us. So
sorry to barge in, but I see. I am also looking at how we are throwing our weight behind them, so that no matter what it is, because I am party A or party B, no matter what it is, I'm supporting the person. And I think even me, if I realize I have that support, I won't sit up straight, because whether I bend or whatever it is, there's the support. So maybe we are contributing to the attitude being displayed to us.
I just want to say it from that's why the Bible says lack of knowledge always my people perish. We the followers always we need maybe the name of the person. Oh, this one is nice. Oh, we have to follow him, but we are not thinking for our well-being. If the job is going on nice, we are having a lot of job in the country. I'm sure that everything is going to be cool. This is our neighbors' country. They used to think about the people, but these our leaders. They are not thinking about us, but they are thinking about themselves.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There, 0302216541. Let me see if you also think you have observed an unusual understanding in the house. Unusual. There should be understanding. Don't get me wrong. They shouldn't be there fighting or killing each other or anything. But I'm just thinking that there's some kind of unusual understanding. An unusual understanding in the house. And if we are not careful, we will breed a cartel. And I am saying, good or bad, we may be contributing to it. Because if it gets to a point where the guy knows that at every given point, even if he's called to come and account, the same people who are suffering will say, no. No. We won't allow him to account to us. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana.
Yes,
good evening.
Good evening.
Please, this is Daniel Akwete, calling from Teshi.
Daniel, let me hear you.
Yeah, please. You see, our leaders don't think about that. Sorry, for me, my English is not good.
No,
but
that
let me
is
try
fine.
it more.
It's fine.
Because, you see, Nana, they didn't think about us. Why? Because I'm saying that we elect them there and they are in the power. They didn't think about us. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm working about 18 years with somebody, pay me less than 1,000 Ghana cedis with 3 kids. Leaders don't think about that one. Instead of them to go to all the private companies, employing people there, people are there, they need to do any work. Employ people to go to check every private company. How much did you pay your workers? Now, my boss give me only less than 1,000 Ghana cedis to take care of my 3 kids. So it's every time you have to look for different way to make other money before you can take care of your children. So Nana, we thank you for what you have been doing in the country. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you too for tuning in. Thank you too for tuning in. 0302-216-541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Oh, it's Francis from the phone.
Francis?
Yes.
Let me hear you.
I don't know if many people actually listened very carefully the day we were trying to elect the speaker and the leaders of the parliament. A very senior member made a comment that you didn't understand all this struggle because today you are in a position you must remember that tomorrow you will be in government. Kicking against each other once you are in the parliament. So I listened to it very carefully and decided to keep quiet. Because it shows that once you seek the interest of yourself. And so those at the back, you must be very careful and fight among yourselves that there are some people there fighting for you. This is our problem.
And I thank you for calling in 0302-216-541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Nana.
Good evening. Who am I talking to?
OGB is my name.
Okay.
Nana, people are not getting your question.
Mm-hmm.
The question is not about the leaders thinking about the masses. The question is, are the masses contributory to the behavior of the leaders?
Mm-hmm.
If I heard you right.
Yeah, that's in theory, yes.
Yes. The masses have failed themselves. And the politicians are capitalizing on that failure to deal with them in the sense that they applied the divide and rule system.
Mm-hmm.
The masses have been divided into political lines. And in this case, two major political parties. Whichever party you belong to, you in this group line and thinker. You don't care about whether they are right or wrong. Even in the parliament, you'll find out that they also political lines don't follow the reality unless you against it in as much as it's coming from my party. That is the challenge. The masses failed, and the politicians are helping them to fail the more, taking advantage of that failure. That is it.
Thank you.
That's my take on that.
No. Yeah, thank you. I think it was a good take. So maybe I just throw the question out there that, are we contributing to the impunities, in the system now? Are we contributing to it? Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, this is Edward.
Edward, let me hear you.
In fact, I'm so much glad with your program. Our country has been so much polarized. It is time the youth have to rise up and tell our leaders that, in fact, where they're taking us to, we'll go to a ditch. It doesn't help our nation building at all. The president will say that he is the best protector of the public purse. But look at what is happening. How can this be a protection of the public purse? Are we serious as a country? No, it is time we have to say something. It is not helping us. The disparity is too huge. It doesn't help our nation building at all. They are deceiving us every day. How can we be using our public purse this manner? Thank you so much, Nana. God bless you. Continue doing the good work. One day, the difference will show. Thank you.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for calling. Hello, who am I talking to?
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Joe, calling from Kede in the Eastern region.
Joe, let me hear you.
Yes, Nana. I think we, the citizens, we are the number one contributors to the whole problem. We just select anybody, to go and represent us. Just anybody. For the fact that the person will bring us something during the election time, he will bring us peanuts. We will just select anybody who is not going to think about the citizens, the hardship. What our leaders are doing at this particular moment, I can't think of it. The hardship we are in, they are thinking of their luxury. The way they have structured the governing system is like the autocratic rule. The way the slave masters structured the whole governing system, that's what they are using. That's what they are not thinking of us, but they are rather thinking of themselves. So it's time for us, the citizens, to rise up, make changes in our mind, that we are not going to elect such and such people and go and lead us. I think we can make it a start from there.
A mind revolution indeed. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
No, this is Emmanuel. I'm calling from East Labour.
Emmanuel, let me hear you.
God bless you for the good work. I wanted to write a book. The title is How Ghanaian Leaders Underdeveloped Ghana. And I wanted to write a second book, How Ghanaians Underdeveloped Ghana. And it seems to me that exactly what you said today is what I need to present in the book. We are caught up in this kind of, I don't know how to describe it. But we are caught up in this kind of myopic frenzy. We follow our leaders blindly. We don't care what happens. And the picture you've painted today, if we will follow through, sit back and reflect, I think we are going to pause at a point. Just like Honorable Kujeto, we've seen him trying to pause at a point. But it looks like nobody seems to be catching the drift. And that is my worry, that at a point, if we don't stop, reflect, and see where we went wrong, and start afresh, we have trouble on our hands. And God bless you very much.
God bless you too for this call. God bless you for listening. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, no, this is Kojo Semensha.
Kojo, let me hear you.
I'm calling from Kumasi.
Thank you.
Nana, for me, I think the masses are the major contributors to what we are seeing in this country now. I was arrested by the police because I was driving without my driver's license with me. So my car was impounded now. I was asked to go and bring the license and come and take my car. I agreed. But there were other people that were arrested by the same police, and they were ready to pay their way out because some of their documents were not correct, some didn't have driver's licenses, and they are not ready to go to court too. And because of that, the police are also ready to call a price for you to pay. And we are ready to pay. So this will continue like this, and I don't know when it's going to stop. With the politicians, you know, when like sometimes you see some of the allowances and like now you're my show. You go like really like you can't just believe it. Because you ask you yourself, the taxpayer, how long will it take you to save so you get up to this kind of allowance just for one person for 1 month, and you still get a taxpayer who will go all out to defend this because they have the mouthpiece and they have the I don't know, I don't know how to, and it's so painful and it's so amazing. So that I just ask myself, and I don't get that. I keep asking myself, when is this thing going to end? And just as I said, these days they rub their thing on our face like that, like almost like they are not scared of it. They don't mind because they will still get some people to defend them. And that's why we are here. Thank you very much, Nana, for the good work you are doing for Mother Ghana. God bless you.
Thank you for listening and tuning in. Nana, our leaders thinking not about the ordinary citizen, but themselves and winning elections for the second term. We, same citizens suffering, defend them in anything and everything, good or bad. A public sector worker like the teacher taking something little because they are told that no one comes to teaching to become rich. If you say you will talk at Dear Bechi, good evening, and we miss you dearly. Nana, Efia, I miss you too. Hello, who's talking to me? Anyone on the line? Okay, so let me read this message. Some public servants are also part of the game. Scratch my back and let me do same for you is the new currency that some politicians and public servants understand. These people have appealed to the conscience of their followers and sympathizers that is the way to go. So then they defend everything. Good evening, Nana. This is from Anna Awiti. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Yes, sir. Who am I talking to?
My name is Ija Ando Aka from Tema.
Let me hear you.
Nana, I mean, from how the discussion is going, it's as if the politicians are of a different breed. from Ghanaians. It's like they dropped from Mars, and Ghanaians are Ghanaians. But they came out of us. They came out from our neighborhoods, from our families. They are fathers, they are brothers, they are sisters. And so how they are behaving, I think, is just a reflection of how we all are.
I was actually turning is that, are we contributing to how they are behaving?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Because if suddenly my uncle, my friend who lives in my neighborhood, who I knew his salary is a teacher, suddenly becomes a parliamentarian, and then I think I must go and queue to collect school fees. I must go and queue at his house to collect food for my children. Mm-hmm. And I think that instead of he going to the parliament to go and enact laws, he should now feed me and construct roads. And where is he going to get the money from? So the whole understanding is overturned and twisted. Instead of we making our local government strong, the politicians, because they've seen how disadvantaged we are and how they can take advantage of us, want to even make that political so that it follows the same line. So until we all transform our understanding and thinking, I wonder where we are going. Because where we are going is bleak. The youth are getting angry, as you said, and it displays anger. And displays anger, when it explodes, cannot be stopped or controlled.
Thank you very much because of the timing. Who am I talking to, please? Hello.
Hello, Nana. This is Kwame.
Kwame, let me hear you. Quick one.
Yes, Nana. The first question I want to ask myself is it the same God who created the black and the white man?
Must be.
Why do I ask this question? Last week, we heard that the president organized a fanfare to go commission a road in Pokwasi. Whilst that stretch of the road is traffic bound, one stretch has been blocked with canopies for a fanfare. Whilst it's a busy day for workers to go to work. What is wrong with us as Africans? Nana, I come from Taiman every day to Osu to work. Nana, I spent over 2 hours on the road. I leave the house. If I leave the house at 6 o'clock, Nana, I get to the office after 8 a.m. What is wrong with us as a country? The Taiman Abokobi road is so terrible, but no one is concerned. You go to East Legon, they are still asphalting the roads that are good. Why are our priorities misplaced this way as a country? What is wrong with us as a country?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, as I started with my disclaimer, that today wasn't quite an opinion but an observation, and I don't want to painting every parliamentarian black or whatever, but I just want us to stand back and look. And I'm just asking us that could we be contributing to some of the impunities and some of the not so normal or not so right things that are happening, in our faces, impunity. Could we be contributing to it because of how we support blindly and divided? That's what I'm asking. But we should really think about it, because I think it's getting to a point where the same thing. And we could be paying a very high price. Kofi Hayford will bring us overdrive, so don't you even touch that dial on behalf of the Standpoint at 13 crew. Standpoint is 13 years old. Say thank you very much to all those who made it a success. Maxwell Agbagba is here to give you the news bulletin, and I'm here to tell you that until the Lions have their own historians, you know it. The tales would always glorify the hunter. Next Monday, we'll be back with another opinion. Don't you touch that dial.